Hello, hello. We are live on Throwback Thursday, June 29th, 2017. Steve Sipress here. As always, I start off by sharing my rhino of the day. No reason for this one today. Just grabbed my magnet rhino head. Simple rhino head, magnet on the back. There you go. And boy, he's been with me for a while. I remember him hanging on filing cabinets and on the side of my desktop computer back in the days when there was such a thing. Now I work off a laptop, so I can sit out by the pool or downstairs here, or up in my office, wherever I want when I travel. And I think I'll put him up on the refrigerator when I'm done with this. So there goes Mr. Just some kind of a, I don't know what it's made of, but it's fairly light because otherwise a small magnet wouldn't hold them up. So the magnetic rhino head is the rhino of the day. Now let's get to today's Throwback Thursday, which is all about, I say the headline is tips from technology. Reasons there, just kind of wanted to go with the alliteration, right? Throwback Thursday, tips from technology, TTTT, but anyone that knows me knows technology is not my best friend. I'm not a big technology guy. I stick with the tried and true, what works, the strategies and the tactics and the overall plans and systems that I use work in any way at all you want to use them, online, offline, the newest fad, shiny object technology, the oldest thing you can think of, anything in between. So I don't marry myself and get stuck up in like, oh, the latest thing's coming out. But that's what I'm talking about today. I just heard that Apple, maker of the iPhone, it's the 10th anniversary of the debut of the iPhone, and I remember it. I remember one of my coaching clients coming to me, obviously now 10 years ago, and showing off, look what I got, this thing you see all over on TV where you can turn it, the picture gets bigger and smaller, and nobody had ever heard of it. And you can take pictures with it, and wow, very cool. And he was way ahead of the game, and since then I'm sure I'm gonna guess he's had every single version of this thing. And the newest one coming out, speaking of, is the iPhone 8, I've heard. 8. I had no idea. Again, not Mr. Technology here. I have my trusty iPhone 4. This thing works. Call anybody I want. I can send a text message. Not that I do that kind of thing. I can take pictures with it. I can put apps on it, and whatever else you can do with a phone, I can do with this thing, with a smartphone. It's much smarter than me. It is the iPhone 4. I'm trying to see if it says anything on it about the year. It's a few years ago. I cannot believe maybe I will break down now, and it's time to step up to the iPhone 5 or 6 or something. Now the 8 is coming out. I'm sure I'll get like a free iPhone 6 and some kind of discount on a new calling plan or whatever. I've been with Sprint for, I don't know, about almost 20 years probably, but ironically, and probably just as well, my own cell phone does not work in my own home. So I possibly will switch carriers to whoever has the nearest cell tower, which is closer to the Sprint one, which doesn't work here. Again, not that I would use that thing. I only take it with me when I go somewhere, and then I basically don't really even use it anyway. I use it for a timer, so you can see right now, it's not a timer. Oh, you probably can't see. Yeah, if I twist it, it's on 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in something I'm timing, and that's pretty much what I use that thing for. Anyway, I found this, since it's Throwback Thursday. Check out what I found in storage, which prompted me to do this post. The thing's kind of falling apart, but then again, hasn't been used in years. Look at this thing. A Nokia AT&T something or other, and this is one of the first cell phone, portable phone, handheld phone, whatever you want to call it, one of the first ones. Who knows how long ago I had this thing. And so shows you where technology has come. We have this to today's or tomorrow's iPhone 8 that's coming out, which I'm guessing is thinner. Guessing it can do a lot more than this thing. And I'm guessing it has better reception and better everything, and can do a lot of things better than this. But remember when we thought these were really cool, and like this is so small, fits in your pocket. Wow. And you had a little holder on your belt so it wouldn't fall off or whatever, and this and that. And things have come a long way. But I will leave you with this, the business message of the day on Throwback Thursday about this being the phone, or even the iPhone, which is now coming out from iPhone 1 10 years ago to now iPhone 8. That's almost one a year. Does anyone really think you need a new $600 phone every year? That is what is known as brilliant marketing, started by Steve Jobs, and now whoever is taken over doing the marketing for Apple. Just brilliant. I mean, I don't know about you, I'm dating myself, but I grew up in a household where we never got a new phone. We had a phone, and we had it the whole time I was growing up, and it worked perfectly well. I remember when the push-button phone came out, replaced the old dial-up phone, and wow, a push-button phone. And I'm sure after a little while, it'd been out for a few years or something, we got a push-button phone, and then that thing stayed for years and years and years. Now, marketing is much smarter than that. Apple, much smarter than that, and whoever else makes these things and computers or whatever, because they just make people just gotta have the newest one, even though the one they got is perfectly good. So I'm going to venture a guess, and I'm probably not far off, that a large, whopping percentage of people that own an iPhone 7, perfectly, unbelievably good, probably less than a year old, are going to be convinced that they just gotta spend $600 or $700 or $800 or $500 or whatever the heck the thing's gonna cost on a brand new iPhone 8. Not only that, they're gonna wait in line for hours, some for days, just to give their money for something that's a tiny, slight upgrade that without the marketing, they wouldn't even notice such a thing. They need someone to tell them, oh, the camera's got 18 more pixels of whatever, and it's got X more storage of bytes of something, and I don't know. Oh, and it's a bazillimeter thinner, and it can hold, 22 more apps on it, or whatever they're going to use to sell it. They're going to convince millions of people with absolutely state-of-the-art, perfectly good cell phones to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get the latest one. They'll use all the factors. Oh, everyone's getting it. Oh, you got to have the newest one. Oh, if somebody sees you with yours, you ought to be embarrassed because it's the 7. What are you doing? Like, everyone has the 8, as you can tell, like by my ridiculous, ugly red Hawaiian shirts I wear every day. I don't shave. I got my iPhone 4. I don't give a rip when any of these people think about the fact that I don't look good with whatever I have. Who gives a rip? But most people are not like that. They're going to be susceptible to marketing. So the lesson here is something I talked about last week on Wisdom Wednesday is, are you going to get on the right side of the register? Are you simply going to be buying new technology all the time that you don't need when it comes out just because they convince you need it, or just watch other people do it? Or are you going to get on the selling side of the register and use that strategy, there's the timer going off, to sell your products or services? The key here is the word new, N-E-W, one of the most powerful words in all of sales and marketing forever, especially in marketing, is to have something new. That's how the iPhone 8 and the 9 and the 10 will be sold before the 9 is even not even close to being obsolete and perfectly good. It's because they're going to convince you that there's something new. So no matter what product or service you have, find a way to inject new, something new. Is it a new actual product? Is it a new actual service you're doing for the first time? Are you going into a new area for the first time? New neighborhood for the first time? And how about a new technique of doing what you do for the first time? You're an attorney and it's the first time you're using the 5-question input survey technique when they first become a client. Do what Apple does and make up something new that doesn't really matter, but you convince people that because it's new to the early adopters have to have something new. Maybe there are people complaining like, oh, this only has 4 bazillion megapixels and I wish it had 4.2. I wish I could fit 22 more apps on it. I wish I could send 18 more emails or whatever the heck they're going to convince you why you do that. Man, this is just way too thick. It's 3 millimeters, whatever. I wish it was only 2.6. Like, do that in your business. have a new, maybe you're accepting a new payment method. Maybe you have a new payment plan that you never had. Maybe you have a new a maintenance program you never had before. Maybe you're carrying a new model of something. Maybe you have a new tool. So you're a chiropractor and you have a new bench, you have a new machine, you have, or you're a dentist, you have a new x-ray machine that does things faster and better and more clear and whatever. Learn. Don't just sit there idly by and watch Apple sell another billion phones, and I think their market share is almost $1 trillion, for crying out loud. You can watch them continue to get rich, or you can say, man, what are they doing? I don't create cell phones, I don't sell technology like Apple, gee. So you could pay no attention, or you could be much smarter than that, and hopefully you are, and you say, what can I do that they're doing? What can I do in my business that I can put something new into it, a new twist on it? Maybe it's just a new guarantee I'm offering for the first time. Maybe it's a new employee. I'm going to introduce a new employee I just hired, and because of that, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. So and another thing they did, they have the 10th anniversary. They're celebrating that. So celebrate anniversaries. It's the X anniversary of starting the business. It's the X anniversary of hiring this employee. It's his or her 5th anniversary with the company. It's the 5th anniversary of us having that chiropractic bench or that x-ray machine or that whatever, so therefore we're doing a special. It's the anniversary of maybe just your favorite movie star or TV actor or or a singer or anyone that you can celebrate with people and say, hey, it's the X anniversary of whatever. Maybe it's a kid or a niece or a nephew or a neighbor's kids if you don't have your own, or pets. It's my doggy's 7th birthday, and that's 49 in doggy years, so I'm going to give 49% off to the first 7 people who call and mention my doggy's name, Doggy. And so I go on, but I will save that for my clients, of course, and people that want to get my help. And seeing at the end here, I don't know, I did this yesterday where something I had clicked on made the video not public. Yeah, I did that again today. No wonder nobody's here. I got to check this in the beginning. How silly is that? I think I now made it public. How silly is that? I got to change. I must have changed the overall settings. So apologize again for people who didn't get to ask questions on here, but you can always shoot me an email or put a comment afterwards and I'll respond to it, and I will be back tomorrow with Foundation Friday. That's a day off for you advanced marketers, because I'm just going to talk about something very basic, and we'll head into the holiday weekend here in the U.S. Holiday weekend with Foundation Friday. Be back tomorrow. So Rich is here. Apologize, Rich. I did the same thing I did yesterday. I don't know what I did, but I don't even know why I have this setting, but I had set the video to be only viewable by me. Does that make any sense at all? Why would they do that? Thanks for the like, Rich. Sorry for the screw up. Hope you'll watch the replay and anybody else. And tomorrow I will learn my lesson and not make it 3 days in a row. I will either set it right off the bat that anybody can see it, or I will click on this earlier instead of waiting to the end of the video to make sure everybody can see this thing, because isn't that the point? Why am I doing this every day? So business owners can see this, can learn from it, and can make more money and grow your business. That's my passion, my mission, my goal. Love small business owners, been one my whole adult life. Have a passion for helping others to do the same, to be free from the ball or chain and the frustration, the stress, and the worry of running a business, and get to the fun part of running a business. So that's what we're all about here, and I will be back tomorrow. Rich is saying, let me see the rhino. Right, rhino of the day. I'll share him at the end since I messed up in the beginning. It's this magnetic head of a rhino. Magnet on the back. I have him on, over the years, have had him on. He's very, whatever it's made of, because it's a magnet, and if it was heavy, this thing would collapse and fall down, the horn would break. I think it comes off. See, it does. I remember that. Horn comes off, ears come off, I guess, in case it falls down and breaks. They've made it so that it very easily comes apart. It's kind of rubber. I'm getting a rubbery plastic, light plastic feeling. Anyway, this has been up on the side of file cabinets. I'm putting it up on the refrigerator as soon as I finish this. I've had them on the side of my desktop computer years ago when there was such a thing, speaking of technology. So that's it today. Wow, if I put it over here, check it out. There it is. It's a rhino. No, it's just a head rhino. All right, enough stupidity for today. That's it for Throwback Thursday, June 29th. Thanks, Rich, for being here live, and I'll be back tomorrow with Foundation Friday. a fantastic